the other day I was just casually checking my phone so I don't have any notifications at the top, because that kind of thing annoys me. And I was going through my email and I see another marketing email from beautylish.com, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just scroll through it and check what they offer real quick so I can delete it and I won't be bothered by my notification bar. And what do I see? I see these cute little wings. These are the Anna Sue eyeshadows, A1 and A300. Each one is $12, and I thought they had the most adorable designs, so I just like a sucker for cute and adorable things. I bought 6 of them. Here's another 2. P200 and P100, and here's a couple more. This is F500 and S801. These are like the most adorable eyeshadows I have ever seen. So I bought 6 of them and a little palette that looks like this, and it holds 6 eyeshadows. But the palette itself is not magnetic. There's a magnet on the back of the eyeshadow, and like I assume this section is some metal that holds it. So it won't hold your standard eyeshadow. Like this is a Lemon Drop by Makeup Geek. It does not hold inside there. As you can see, it'll just swim around. And for comparison, let me show you this is the Makeup Geek eyeshadow, and this is Anna Sue. Just a little bit smaller in diameter than the standard eyeshadow. So this is what they look like in all their glory. Just like most girls, I'm such a sucker for shiny, pretty packaging. The little palette itself is $10, and each of the eyeshadows is $12. So this cost me just a little bit under $90. The shimmering ones, this one, this one, this one, and also this one, are like, they look very sparkly in the pans, and I thought they would look so intensely metallic on the lids, on the eyes, but it's not really the case. I'm wearing them today and they just give off a little bit of sheen on the eyes, but I almost don't want to touch them because they're so lovely. But to the feel, when you touch them with your finger, they feel really buttery. Nothing chalky, just extremely smooth and buttery. That's the only word I can describe them with. They have a fragrant smell to them. It's nothing strong, but honestly, it reminds me of like my mom's perfume back in like 90s. Gets me nostalgic. Let me swatch them for you so you can actually see them in action. So I'm gonna use the Tarte primer to prime my hand. And I'm just gonna use a synthetic bristle brush to swatch them. I have a feeling that after the wings and like the little pearls wear off, it'll be easier to pick up since it'll be more even surface, but that is the A1. That is barely visible. You can see it right there. I don't know. Let me give it a 1 or 2 more swipes. I know it's like barely showing up. Okay, I ran out of primer right there. Let me redo that one. This is the last one. I'm not impressed, to be honest. The swatches on the website, they looked a lot more intense, at least of these eyeshadows, the ones I picked out. The other ones were quite streaky, so I was like, I don't want to get them. But these looked pretty pigmented on the website. That's why I chose them. But when I swatch them here, they're not as pigmented as I would have hoped. And when I used them on the eyes, it was actually really hard to get decent pigment. Like, I would apply it, and once I started blending it, it seemed to fall off, and like I would get a lot of fallout on my face from these. They do have, like, this one has got a lot of sparkles in it, so it does not look metallic on the eyes. It just, like, it applies, but once you start to blend it, whichever way you need it, all the specks of glitter kind of fall out, and you just have like barely pigment of the actual color. So I am not a fan of these eyeshadows. I'm quite disappointed to say that, but I am not a fan, which is kind of a bummer because they are so pretty. Like, seriously, the prettiest eyeshadows I have seen or have in my collection. I didn't want to spray my brush with any Fix Plus. I didn't feel like I should help them in any way because they do cost 12 bucks a piece, which in my opinion, I think they should be pretty good on their own without any help from a setting spray. With that said, I'm very disappointed by the price and the quality of these, and I most definitely will not be repurchasing them. On the back of these, it says they're made in Japan, so the eyeshadow are Japanese, but the little palette is Taiwan. And for, like, the Asian countries are usually like ahead of time in the makeup game versus US. But these, I don't feel like these are. It's kind of, they let me down. They let me down. Oh well. Those are my thoughts on the Anna Sue eyeshadows. I hope this video was helpful if you were considering buying them or were just curious about them. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye.